institute where we are working on crops, animals as well as fisheries. So we started some work on microbiome analysis and full-wide fishery culture, but incidentally our scientists got transferred. So we look forward that we'll be working on that. So as I was mentioning, one of our retired colleague was talking about that after retirement he has started his integrated farming. And really we need to think that how we can integrate all these sectors who are working, all of us who are working in isolation, we can work together. So towards that direction, we certainly need to work on. Dr. Sarangi was mentioning about teamwork. Certainly it is very much important, and we need to, and it is very much heartening to see that the kind of coherence you are having. And I really appreciate yourself, the way you honored your retired scientists, retired employees, and allowed them to share their things. This shows that what respect you are giving. So some of the retired colleagues were narrating their experience. Incidentally, both the institutes which I have represented, Indian Institute of Maize Research and current institute, I had to start from scratch. Starting from land demarcation, making the master plan, getting executed. So I do understand, and whenever I come to institutes like, which is well established, and when I was entering your institute again, I was thinking how my institute will look sometime 10 years, 20 years down the line. So those who have worked in the earlier days of this institute, we are standing on the sweat and the labor which you have given to this institute. I must appreciate all of you, and you really deserve a big hand. And I must congratulate all the scientists, all the administrative staff, technical staff, supporting staff, whose tireless effort has brought this institute to this level. And I am pretty sure that the kind of leadership Dr. Shahu is giving and the kind of dedication all of you are having, this institute will reach new heights in days to come. When I was listening to different achievements, not only that in research, in outreach activities also, in terms of training people, not only within the country, from Sri Lanka and other places, and your participation in international fora is really commendable. And I feel that the kind of foundation a person like Dr. Hiral Chaudhary has laid, I think you all are carrying forward, and there will be many new Hiral Chaudhary will come out, and our fishery sector will continue its contribution to the growth of Indian agriculture and taking the country to develop nation by 2047 as envisaged by our Honorable Prime Minister. With this, I profusely thank Dr. Shahu for inviting a non-fishery person to among the fisheries scientists, and I hope that this visit will be very fruitful, because I'll be getting a lot of enlightenment from whatever research works you are doing here. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your words. We look forward to work with you in the areas which you suggested. And we have also started spreading our wings to Jharkhand in the last 1 year or so. Our efforts have multiplied. So thank you once again, sir, for being with us and sharing your thoughts. So before that, we would like to welcome representatives from CRI Cuttack, Mr. Ganesh Kumar and Mr. Rishikant Singh. They happen to be our former colleagues also. So thank you once again for coming here. So moving ahead, it's time to confer various memorial awards to the meritorious scholars and students, for which I would like to request Dr. Utkal Lakshmi Mohanty Madam, Chief Technical Officer and representative of EME cell of the Institute, to announce the names of awardees and coordinate the function. Madam, please.
Thank you, Theodisi. Good afternoon to all. पवित्र उत्कल दिवस से હું પૂરી तरह समस्तको हार्दिक अभिनंदन और शुभेच्छा जनावुं છું. On behalf of PMCL Icar-Cifa and as member secretary of Scholarship Committee of Icar-Cifa, I take this privilege to announce the names of the awardees for the year 2024. The institute has instituted 4 memorial awards. The memorial awards were donated by former DG of ICAR, Dr. H. Ayappan sir, in the name of his mother, Srimati Sushila Amma, former and Dr. Hiralal Chaudhary sir, in the name of his father, Sri Girish Chandra Chaudhary Award, and in the name of Dr. T. Ramaprabhu sir, his wife has donated, and in the name of our beloved late scholar, late Dr. B.R. Mohanty, his parents have donated the money, and the memorial awards have been constituted out of these donations. In the year 2024, we have got a mixed number of applications for the school students and college students from the students of college and schools in and around Cifa, and our ward of our own colleague. And we have the memorial awards for the scholars. So the award goes like this. First, Srimati Sushilama Memorial Scholarship Award 2002. The award goes to Miss Nandita Sahu from Pratap Sasan Girls High School, Balakati, Khurda. She has secured. I request all the guests and dais to distribute the awards. Miss Nandita Sahu from Pratap Sasan Girls High School, Balakati, Khurda. She has secured 94.5% in his 10th class, and she is continuing as a science scholar in BJP college now. She has been chosen as the best girl child of this year 2024. Next, the award goes to the same Srimati S. Sushilama Memorial Scholarship Award for 2024 as Best Boy Child goes to Mr. Ayushman Panda, the mother from Mother Public School, Unit 1, Bhubaneswar. He is the child of our own colleague, Mr. Arijit Panda. She is continuing his +2 science from the same Mother Public School. Next, Miss Tanaya Mishra from Gayatri Science High. The Girish Chandra Chaudhary Memorial Award is conferred to Miss Tanaya Mishra from Gayatri Science Higher Secondary School, Dhauli. She is presently preparing for the entrance test for engineering and medical. The next memorial award for T. Ramaprabhu Memorial Award for our research scholar. T. Ramaprabhu Memorial Award for research scholar goes to Mr. V. Vignesh, YP2. Mr. V. Vignesh, YP2 from Aquaculture Production and Environment Division. He is working for NSF project with Dr. P.C. Das, Head of Division APD. We congratulate once again to all the awardees and wish you a bright future. This year, we could have not received the suitable applications for Dr. B.R. Mohanty Memorial Award. Thank you, sir.
2 more minutes, sir. Please. 2 more minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, madam. So we have just now received a surprise from our beloved director, sir. With the permission of honorable guest on the dais, I would like to proceed on his behalf. Sitting at the helm of affairs, the director, sir, looks at every one of us as an indispensable part of Cifa Parivar and places a deep sense of gratitude to each and every family member. However, some amongst us have contributed immensely to the progress of the institute during the last year, which needs to be appreciated and felicitated. As a token of thankfulness, the director services to honor the selected ones with a certificate and a flower bouquet. I will read out the names and request them to come on the dais and collect the certificate from our honorable chief guest. Believe me, I also don't know the names. So, first one is Dr. Devabrata Panda, Senior Scientist. Please come on. Next one is Dr. Himanshu Sekhar Swain, scientist, Icar-Cifa, Agriculture Production and Environment Division. Dr. Swain, please. Then I think this is category from technical officers. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Dr. Bibhu Datta Misra, Assistant Chief Technical Officer, Icar-Cifa. Next one is Sri Arun Kumar Behra, Technical Officer. Then from the third category, that is I guess from Administration and Finance, Sri Loknath Senapati, Assistant Icar-Cifa. Then Sri Arijit Panda, Assistant Icar-Cifa. Sri Manas Kumar Mudli, Upper Division Clerk, Icar-Cifa. Then I would like to call upon Sri Angad Chaudhary, Assistant Icar-Cifa. लास्ट बट नॉट द लिस्ट, हमारे सबसे मुख्य सहयोगी स्किल सपोर्ट स्टाफ और 130th कैजुअल लेबर में से श्री जीएस भुइया। अगला नाम है श्री रमेश दास, जो हमारे 130th कैजुअल लेबर हैं और वर्तमान में पीएमई में हमारा सहयोग दे रहे हैं। श्री रमेश दास। Kindly take your seats, sir. So, congratulations all the special award winners as well as memorial award winners. So, we firmly believe that this will also work as an inspiration to rest of us to strive further to bring glory to the institute. Congratulations once again. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we are very happy to have one of our special guests of today's function. It's time to hear from him, listen from him. So, friends, he is an internationally acclaimed policy and strategy expert specializing in mountain farming, mountain agriculture and organic agriculture development. With a distinguished career in academic leadership and prior to joining Sri University, Cuttack, he has served as Vice Chancellor of multiple institutions like G.D. Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, CSK Himachal Pradesh Agriculture University, Sher-e-Kashmir University of Agriculture Science and Technology and APG Simla University. As a program leader at ICI MOD Kathmandu, he played a pivotal role in advancing mountain agriculture initiatives. He has been instrumental in shaping India's organic agriculture movement, contributing to the vision and mission of 2020 for organic agriculture and establishing the International Competence Center for Organic Agriculture (ICCOA). His expertise has also been sought for national policy development, including reports on National Commission on Farmers and Organic Subsector Proposal for the 11th Five-Year Plan. Recognized globally, he has served on the steering committee of the Global Mountain Program, that is the CGIAR initiative, and represented Asia Pacific on governing body of Global Mountain Forum. His contributions to the mountain agriculture have earned him honorary professorship from esteemed institutions in China, further cementing his legacy as a thought leader in sustainable farming and policy development. So, ladies and gentlemen, मेरे साथ आप लोग प्रोफेसर तेज प्रताप माननीय कुलपति महोदय श्री यूनिवर्सिटी को अपने वक्तव्य के लिए आमंत्रित करने के लिए करतल ध्वनि के साथ इनका आमंत्रण कर सकते हैं।
Thank you very much. आज के मुख्य अतिथि मृत्युंजय महापात्रा जी, my other colleagues, Dr. Sarangi and Dr. Rakshit, Director of the Institute, Dr. Sahu, all the colleagues, और सबसे ज़्यादा आज जो सभी यहाँ पर सर्व करने वाले पुराने लोग आमंत्रित हैं, आप सभी को मैं नमस्कार करता हूँ। आज के शुभ दिवस पर एक तो उत्कल दिवस की आप सबको बधाइयाँ, और उससे ज़्यादा इस इंस्टीट्यूट का जो आज वार्षिक उत्सव मना रहे हैं आप, आई एम श्योर इट इज़ द फाउंडेशन डे, 38th फाउंडेशन डे, उन दोनों शुभ अवसरों पर आप सबको ढेर सारी बधाइयाँ। आई एम पर्सनली फीलिंग ऑनर्ड कि जैसे होता है ना, घर में शादी होती है या कोई उत्सव होता है तो खास लोगों को बुलाया जाता है। आई एम थैंकफुल टू डायरेक्टर साहू के आज इन्होंने एक नॉन फिशरीज वाले आदमी को, जैसे रिक्षित जी भी कह रहे थे कि इनको हमारी याद आई, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आपने आज शामिल किया इस पावन अवसर पर। फ्रेंड्स, मुझे कोई साइंस की बात नहीं करनी है, ठीक है। आई एम वन ऑफ यू इन एग्रीकल्चर। लगता है शायद इसलिए भी इनको मेरी ध्यान रहा कि मैं हूँ तो श्री यूनिवर्सिटी में, पर आई एम वन ऑफ यू इन एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर। दूसरा ये है कि मैं पहाड़ से हूँ, सोचा होगा सारा पहाड़िया अकेला हो गया तो इसको भी बुला लेते हैं इधर, थोड़ा देखें कि उड़ीसा वाले क्या करते हैं। उड़ीसा वालों का कल्चर बहुत अच्छा लगा। कुल मिलाकर इस सेंटर के जो 38 इयर्स का जो इन्होंने व्याख्यान किया, फ्रॉम वेयर इट स्टार्टेड एंड वेयर इट रीच्ड, और उसमें एक बड़ी अच्छी बात जो सारंगी जी ने कही कि वो मैंने किया या तैने किया, नहीं, आप सबने किया। इसलिए जहाँ पर ये था उससे यहाँ तक पहुँचाने में आप में से हर एक इंसान का उसमें योगदान रहा है। तभी ये इंस्टीट्यूट आज गर्व करता है। जो कुछ साहू जी आज कहे हैं कि आगे हम इधर ले जाएंगे, क्योंकि आप लोगों ने यहाँ तक पहुँचाया था। इट्स ऑल्सो थॉटफुल ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट कि आप सब लोगों को आज बुलाया। बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि आज डोमिनेटेड हैं आप रिटायर्ड लोगों से, आप कम है वो ज़्यादा हैं, क्योंकि एक परिवार है। हम अपने साइंस के चक्कर में कई बार सामाजिक चीज़ों को भूल जाते हैं। मेरा ख्याल ये जो वार्षिक दिवस होता है ये इसी के लिए ही रिजर्व रहना चाहिए कि इस दिवस को मनाने के लिए इतने सालों में किस किस की कंट्रीब्यूशन रही है, उनको कम से कम याद करना। आपको भी बहुत अच्छा लगता होगा किसी ने याद किया, और जो यहाँ हैं उनको भी पता चलता है कि इसके पीछे कैसे कैसे लोगों का हाथ रहा है। इसके लिए आप बधाई के पात्र हैं कि ये प्रथा सब जगह नहीं रही है। मुझे इस बात पे एक शेर सा याद आ रहा है, तो मैं सुना लेता हूँ। फक्त आदमी, वो शायर कहता, फक्त आदमी रहता है आज इस दुनिया में, फक्त आदमी रहता है आज इस दुनिया में, क्योंकि इंसान तो बहुत पहले का मर चुका है। कि ये आज हमारे समाज की सच्चाई बढ़ती जा रही है। और मैं इस बात को ज़रा उल्टूँ, विज्ञान की बात तो हम आज महापात्रा जी से सुनेंगे कि कितने सुनामी ला रहे हैं आगे आने वाले दशकों में। ये कि ऐसे ऐसे लोगों की कभी हमने ज़रूरत महसूस नहीं की, लेकिन आज और आने वाले दशकों में ऐसे ही लोग याद रहेंगे जो पहले बता दें कि भाई अपना कुछ कर लो। वैसे भी आपको पता होगा कि पिछले 2 दिन पहले सारे ग्रह 12वें घर में इकट्ठे हो चुके हुए हैं, एंड यू शुड बी एक्सपेक्टिंग अनयूजुअल थिंग्स ग्लोबली, पॉलिटिकली, इन द डोमेन ऑफ नेचर। वो आप बताएंगे कि क्या होने वाला है, कितने सुनामी, पहाड़ में भी सुनामी आते हैं। आजकल ऐसा हो रहा है, इनकी बरसात आप ही को नहीं इफेक्ट करती, हमें भी करती है। मैं हिमाचल प्रदेश से हूँ, हमने कभी बादल फटना नहीं सुना था ज़िंदगी में, लेकिन आजकल हर साल फटते हैं। और अब ये होता है कि मेरे उस गांव में फटने वाला कि इसमें फटने वाला, नई नई चीज़ें हो रही हैं। ये तो इनका डोमेन एरिया, वो सुनेंगे। हाँ दोस्तों, एक जो दौर में आते हुए देख रहा हूँ, हम क्लाइमेट चेंज से डरते हैं, लेकिन हमें 3 चीज़ों से डरने की ज़रूरत है। अच्छी भी चीज़ें हैं, बुरी भी हैं। उसमें एक तो क्लाइमेट चेंज तो है जो नेचर जिस ढंग से बदलाव लेने वाली है, ये विज्ञान की बात अलग रखे, ये हम सबको इफेक्ट करने वाला है। मे भी हमारा दौर तो एक जैसा है, 10, 15, 20 साल कट जाएंगे, लेकिन जो पीछे बैठे हैं इनके साथ क्या होने वाला है वो तो ऊपर वाला ही जाने। कि डराते बहुत है क्लाइमेट चेंज वाले, अब ये डराना कितना सत्य है वो हम सुनना चाहेंगे महापात्रा जी से कि डर कितना बैठना चाहिए। उससे भी ज़्यादा ये तो नेचर है, वो तो फिर भी दया करेगा। जो मैं देख रहा हूँ ड्राइविंग फोर्स ऑफ चेंज में 3 चीज़ें, एक क्लाइमेट चेंज, दूसरा है ग्लोबल टेक्नोलॉजिकल चेंज, द प्रोग्रेस इन टेक्नोलॉजी। आपने फिशरीज की बात सुनाई, ये हो रहा है टेक्नोलॉजिकली ग्रेट एडवांसमेंट्स। आज के दिन में 2 चीज़ें आगे जो आ रही हैं जो हमें इम्पैक्ट कर रही हैं, एक तो ये बायोटेक्नोलॉजी वाले अक्षय जी की फील्ड, और दूसरे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस जैसी टेक्नोलॉजी जो आने वाली हैं। ये दुनिया को कुछ इस तरह से बदलने वाली हैं कि इस जनरेशन को, हम सब जो आगे की 4-5 लाइन वाले हैं, हम इस शताब्दी के, मैं अपने आप को उसमें गिनता हूँ किराएदार, वो मालिक पीछे बैठे हैं। तो हमें तो सब चीज़ें अटपटी लग रही हैं, आगे और लगेंगे आपको। जैसे जैसे किराएदार ज़्यादा दिन रहता है, वो घर की तहस नहस, उसको एक, आपने सुना होगा किराएदार को कभी भी कोई चीज़ अच्छी नहीं लगती। आगे नल का नहीं, वो दिन में एक बार तो मकान मालिक को जरूर गाली देगा क्योंकि भाई ये भी अच्छा नहीं है, वो भी नहीं है। तो हम वो किराएदार हैं जिसको सब कुछ ही बुरा लगेगा, लेकिन मकान मालिक पीछे बैठे हैं। हाँ, ये चीज़ तो बाकियों को भी बुरी लगेगी। टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट के साथ साथ जो सोशल और इकोनॉमिक चेंज आ रही है, इकोनॉमी इज ग्रोइंग, वी आर गोइंग टू बी, आप सुनते हैं इंडिया इतना इकोनॉमी बनेगा, लेकिन वो दिल्ली में नहीं बनेगा। हम में से हर एक आदमी जहाँ तक पहुँचे आज के दिन में, आपने देखा इकोनॉमिकली वी आर बेटर ऑफ, क्योंकि हम इकोनॉमिकली पूरे समाज में, पूरे देश में, ग्लोबली भी बढ़ रहे हैं, इसलिए फिशरीज की भी इज्जत बढ़ रही है। एंड एनी रिसर्च दैट यू आर डूइंग टुडे, प्रॉब्ली द डिमांड फॉर फिशरीज सेक्टर वुड बी सो मच, मे बी यू नीड टू ट्रिपल डाउन योर एफर्ट्स टू मीट द डिमांड। और जब हम डिमांड की बात करते हैं, एक चीज़ जो मुझे आज के दिन में अखर रही है, साहब जी आप इसको वाउच करेंगे नहीं, एग्रीकल्चर रिसर्च और एजुकेशन डोमेन एरिया में इंडिया में इस वक्त एक साइड हम बहुत अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं, अचीवमेंट्स। एक इसका दूसरा भी पहलू है जो कोई डायरेक्टर नहीं कहना चाहता, कोई वाइस चांसलर नहीं कहना चाहता, वो है बिकॉज मैं पिछले 2001 में मैंने वाइस चांसलरशिप शुरू की थी, तो 2025 हो गया। तो मेरे जैसे इंसान ने फिर वो जो देखा होता तो कहीं ना कहीं तो गुबार निकालना है। उसमें जो मुझे देखने में नज़र आ रहा है कि आज के दिन में जिस ढंग से इंस्टीट्यूशन आप लोग हैं, सारंगी जी, नरक्षित जी, जो मैं ICAR सिस्टम के अंदर देख रहा हूँ यूनिवर्सिटीज का, बाकी इंस्टीट्यूशन में वही हालत है। इंस्टीट्यूशन आर गेटिंग सिक विद रिस्पेक्ट टू मनी। एक अजीब सी स्थिति है, कोई कहने को तैयार नहीं है। डायरेक्टर्स परेशान है, वाइस चांसलर परेशान है, डिप्टी डायरेक्टर जनरल्स भी परेशान है, और डायरेक्टर जनरल ICAR का पिछला भी परेशान था, आगे आने वाला भी होगा। और उसको जब मैं उनसे बात करता हूँ, सर आप हमें एडवाइस करें, हम क्या एडवाइस करेंगे आपके, तो भाई ऐसे हालात में जकड़े हुए हैं। द फाइनेंशियल पार्ट ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशंस, जो मनी रिसर्च सपोर्ट के लिए मिलना चाहिए, एम आई राइट, दैट इज नॉट हैपनिंग। और जितने एम्प्लॉयज लगने चाहिए दैट इज नॉट हैपनिंग। अब ऐसा होगा कि जी आप काम तो कर लो, आदमी नहीं देंगे तो काम होगा। यूनिवर्सिटीज़ आजकल, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज, स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में, मैं यहाँ भी गया था OUT में, इंडिया में बड़ी फॉर्चुनेट 4-5 एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं जो ठीक ठाक चल रही हैं आजकल। बाकियों में आधा से ज़्यादा स्टाफ नहीं है। ये जो हमारे PhD बच्चे निकल रहे हैं, इनको नौकरियों के लिए आजकल मुश्किल हो रही है। वो इसलिए नहीं कि नौकरियां नहीं हैं, कोई दी नहीं जा रही है। ये जो माइंडसेट है हमारी सरकार का, वी एज साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी वी मस्ट स्टार्ट थिंकिंग एंड क्रिएटिंग। इस बात में मैंने जानबूझ के आज ये उठाई है, आई होप, क्योंकि सीनियर कोलीग्स बैठे हैं, ये एक सीरियस दीमक हमारी एग्रीकल्चर और एजुकेशन में लगी है। और हमारा इंस्टीट्यूशन सबका ICR है, नॉर्थ सर्च सिस्टम वो होता है। अब जो नेक्स्ट डीजी आएंगे वो कितने पावरफुल होंगे, महापात्रा जी से लेकर मैं यही बात उठाता था कि आप सही जगह पर बैठे हैं। मैं राज की बात बता दूं, महापात्रा जी डायरेक्टर जनरल थे, तो KVK का इशू जबरदस्त आजकल एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी में था। सो आई वेंट टू सेइंग कि आई नो दैट इट वाज लाइक दिस बिफोर 2011। उन्होंने कहा मुझे तो नहीं मालूम, पर मुझे ये पता है कि आप जो कह रहे हैं वो ठीक कह रहे हैं, आप ही चिट्ठी लिख के ले आओ कैसे होना है। वो तो दी उन बेचारों ने, बस सो काइंड के मैंने फ्रेम करके दी एक लैंडमार्क के। 2011 से पहले के KVK के लोग साइंटिस्ट थे, वो टीचिंग उसमें माने जाते थे, फिर TA में कन्वर्ट किया। अभी ये जो बजटरी एलोकेशन का है, एक अजीब सा ट्रेंड एग्रीकल्चर में कहलाने सारी जितनी यूनिवर्सिटी सिस्टम, इसका इम्पैक्ट आपके समाज को पड़ रहा है, आपके बच्चे वहाँ पढ़ते हैं, मैं उसका भांडा फोड़ रहा हूँ इन्हें। अजीब सी स्थिति देख रहा हूँ मैं, क्योंकि मैं तो गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशन में रहा। दे आर स्टार्व्ड ऑफ फंड्स। होना ये चाहिए कि सरकारी यूनिवर्सिटियाँ वेल फंडेड, अच्छी टीचर्स, आजकल वहाँ पर 100 बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए 2 टीचर होते हैं, बहुत बुरी हालत है। और जो प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं उसमें बहुत अच्छा है, हम UGC से डरते हैं, वहाँ पोस्टें खाली नहीं रखते, चलो भर देते हैं, नौकरी देते हैं। जिनके पास पैसा है, जिनकी जिम्मेदारी है, वो इस चीज़ से अब्जॉर्व हो रहे हैं, या एक कोई ट्रेंड है मैं नहीं कह सकता। लेकिन मैं ये सवाल इन सब लोगों को छोड़ के जा रहा हूँ, क्योंकि ये सब पीपल ऑफ पोजिशंस हैं, और मेरी शुभकामना है कि ये दिल्ली में भी पहुँचे। इसलिए भी मैं इनडायरेक्टली हिंट कर रहा हूँ कि वहाँ जाएंगे तो इस चीज़ से मुखातिब रहें कि हमारी साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी, मैं ये तो नहीं कहूँगा कम्युनिटी थ्रेटन्ड है, बट द फील्ड ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर साइंस आई फील इज गेटिंग वीकन्ड बाय सम एक्शंस, जिसके बारे में पता नहीं हम क्यों बात नहीं करना चाहते। ये सवाल अपने दोस्तों के लिए, बाकी तो सब अपने देश में हरा हरा ही है, बहुत अच्छा है, तरक्की है, शुभकामनाएं, आपकी सेहत अच्छी रहे, अच्छा गुजरे बाकी के दिन भी। आपकी बात बड़ी अच्छी लगी कि पता नहीं अभी 85 का हो गया हूँ, अगले साल आऊँगा कि नहीं आऊँगा। जो हम 70 से आगे, मैं उसी में शामिल हूँ, इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ भाई, जो भी दिन निकले, शाम को सोती बार सोचें कि सुबह पता नहीं महाराज जिंदा है, आगे जो होगा वो भी अच्छा ही होगा, आपकी अच्छी कटेगी, ऐसी बात नहीं है। आई थिंक माई बेस्ट विशेस कि आप 100 साल जिए और पीछे वाले 150 साल जिए, जितना भी हो। तो धन्यवाद आपका, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर कॉलिंग।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय, आपके विचारशील तथ्य वर्तमान परिवेश में संस्थानों के परिचालन में आने वाली चुनौतियों के बारे में आपके विस्तृत उल्लेख के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आशा है कि स्थिति शीघ्र ही सुधरेगी और हम समाज की सेवा और तत्परता के साथ कर सकें। एक बार फिर आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महोदय। So ladies and gentlemen, taking the benefit of this August gathering, we wish to release some of our recent publication which has been authored and edited by different teams of our institute. Now I shall humbly request our chief guest Dr. Mrityunjay Mahapatra and dignitaries on the dais to release this publication. इस कड़ी में पहला प्रकाशन है हमारे संस्थान से राजभाषा हिंदी में प्रकाशित होने वाली वार्षिक पत्रिका नीलितिमा का 14वां अंक। इसका संपादन डॉक्टर D.K. वर्मा, राजभाषा प्रभारी अधिकारी के नेतृत्व में किया गया है। मित्रों, इस पत्रिका के इस अंक के माध्यम से ICAR के विभिन्न संस्थानों, राज्यों के राजकीय मत्स्य विद्यालयों एवं अन्य विशेषज्ञों द्वारा रचित कुल 25 जल कृषि लेखों को संग्रहित कर देश के सभी जल कृषकों को समर्पित किया गया है, जिसके लिए संपादक मंडली बधाई की पात्र है। Congratulations once again to the editorial team led by Dr. D.K. Burman under the able guidance of our director sir. Respected guests on the dais, we have developed many a technology not only to diversify the income of farmers but also to diversify the fish species or culture basket, as we say. In this series, we have prepared booklets and leaflet on peninsular carps, as Director Sir was mentioning in his welcome address, which has been authored by Dr. Gangadhar Barlaya and his team from RRC Bengaluru, while on 2 other species, Patu and Pangasius, prepared by Dr. Ramesh Rathod and his team from RRC Vijayawada. Congratulations once again to the editorial team. The third tranche of publication is a compilation of our commitment towards growth and empowerment of women farmers and entrepreneurs in our society. In this set we have a booklet on freshwater bulk farming, which is women-oriented entrepreneurship, paddies from mushroom cultivation, which is again led by women entrepreneurs, as well as assessment of Icar-Cifa's dedicated efforts toward uplifting the income and status of women farmers in the society. So we congratulate the editorial teams led by Dr. Elena and Sandapragnadarshini and Team KVK and Dr. H.K. Desai for bringing out these publications. Fourth set of publication is dedicated to the scheduled caste community of the society. Our efforts for their livelihood upliftment, critical assessment of our efforts and some exemplary success stories. We have two publications in this set. One is in Hindi while other is in English. So here we have shared our experiences working with scheduled caste farmers and whatever our efforts have been in the last decades. So what is the fruit of all those things that we have tried to document? So we once again congratulate the editorial team led by Dr. H.K. Desai and team KVK led by Dr. Harapriya Nayak Madam. Fifth set of publication is about our efforts to aid the government agencies in their policy making through our suggestions and database tools so that the efforts is put where it deserves the maximum effort. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having to release two technical bulletins. First one is strategic framework for boosting ornamental fish exports from India, while the second pertains to prioritizing water bodies for aquaculture development in Odisha, a multidimensional assessment framework. So we do these two technical publications. The credit for this exercise goes to our dynamic team led by young and energetic scientist Dr. I. Sivaraman in the able leadership of Dr. P.K. Sahu sir, our director sir. Congratulations once again to the team. And sixth branch of publication includes two extension booklets on success stories of Cifa GIS campaign in Icar-Culture system significantly enhances the farmers' income in Assam and West Bengal, authored by Dr. Farana Haq and team. Friends, I need not explain about the success of selective breeding program in microbiome Roger Merli at our institute. We are taking all the efforts to disseminate this species across the country, and this book chronicles our efforts and success in fruits from Assam and West Bengal, which have been adopted under PMSY's campaign scheme. Congratulations to the team which is being spearheaded by Dr. B.R. Pillai Madam. Seventh is the series is a booklet on Icar-Cifa in Media 2024, compiled by Dr. H.K. and his team. This booklet is a compilation of selected news clippings appeared in mainstream media as well as in vernacular language. It contains several news stories covering research breakthroughs, significant events, success stories, etc. appeared in the press during 2024. Congratulations to the team, especially the media and social media team of the Institute for their continuous effort to bring out the news and information for mass media for wider. Last but the important release of the day is the teaser of documentary film prepared on Cifa Amrit Katla, which has been prepared by the selective breeding team led by Dr. J.K. Sundarai sir, head of the department FGBD. माननीय आपको बताते हुए हमें अत्यंत प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि जिस प्रकार फसलों एवं पशुओं में उन्नत प्रजातियों का विकास होता है, उसी प्रकार हमारे संस्थान के वैज्ञानिकों के अथक प्रयास एवं निरंतर शोध से मछलियों की नई प्रजातियां विकसित की जा रही हैं। उसी कड़ी में हमने सीफा अमृत कतला की उन्नत प्रजाति का विकास किया है। यह प्रजाति सामान्य कतला की तुलना में 15% अधिक उत्पादन करती है।
Addressing the needs of farming community, Icar-Cifa stands as a sole nucleus breeding center (NBC) for the breeding program successfully produced.
आप सबकी तरफ से पूरी एडिटोरियल टीम को एक बार फिर धन्यवाद देते हुए मैं डॉक्टर स्नाता श्री मोहंती को आमंत्रित करूंगा।
Thank you, sir. दोस्तों, क्योंकि आज हम सिफा का जन्म महोत्सव मनाया जा रहा है, बड़े ही प्रेम से मैंने कुछ प्रस्तुत किया है, तो कृपया मुझे कुछ पल की मंजूरी दें। एक दिन हमारे संस्थान के निदेशक डॉक्टर पी.के. साहू सर बहुत मायूस थे, गंभीर चिंतन में थे और अपने आप से कुछ बात कर रहे थे। तो उस समय सिफा ने अपने आत्मकथा उनसे साझा किया। तो सिफा को मैंने यहाँ पे पर्सनिफाई किया। सिफा अभी बात कर रही है हमारे निर्देशक महोदय के साथ। मैं सिफा हूँ, केंद्रीय मीठा जल जीवपालन संस्थान अनुसंधान संस्थान मेरा सृष्टि ईश्वर की मत्स्य अवतार के साथ एक अनोखा संयोग रखता है। मेरा जन्म सन 1987 में कौशल्यागंज में हुआ। जिस दिन मेरा शिलान्यास पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी जी के हाथों हुई, उस दिन से मैं संकल्पबद्ध हूँ कि ये पत्थर एक दिन इमारत बनेगी और ये इमारत एक दिन शिक्षा और शोध की मंदिर बनेगी। मेरा बाल्य एवं किशोर अवस्था खूब अविस्मरणीय रहा। उन दिनों शोध का उतना अवसर नहीं था, पर आकांक्षाएं थी। उन दिनों बहुत सारे दैविक आपदाएं आए, लोग लड़खड़ाए, गिरे, समेटे, फिर परिस्थितियों को सामना किया। आज मुझे 38 साल हुआ है। आज मेरा 38वां जन्म दिवस है। 38 साल के इस लंबा सफर में मैंने विप्लवात्मक परिवर्तन को देखा है। यहाँ कंपोजिट कल्चर से आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस ड्रिवन एक्वाकल्चर तक, इंडियन मेजर कार्ब से जयंती रहू, अमृत काटला, जीआईएस कैंपी तक, सिलेक्टिव ब्रीडिंग से जीनोम एडिटिंग तक की ऊंचाई मेरा विकास यात्रा को परिलक्षित करता है। आज अगर शुद्ध अंतःकोण से बोलूं तो ये सच है कि आज तक जितने भी निर्देशक आए और गए, वे सभी मेरे आत्मा हैं और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन मेरे प्राण, फिनांस मेरी ताकत एवं हर एक वो वैज्ञानिक इस मंदिर में शिक्षा का पुजारी। आप सभी को मेरा कोटि कोटि प्रणाम, कोटि कोटि सलाम। इस प्रोग्राम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए अपना परंपरा के अनुरूप हम यहाँ आए सभी मंचासीन महानुभावों का अभिनंदन करना चाहते हैं। इसके लिए अपने निदेशक महोदय से निवेदन है कि वे शॉल और स्मृति चिन्ह से सभी अतिथियों को सम्मानित करें। सर्वप्रथम आज के समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर मृत्युंजय महापात्र सर जी को सम्मानित करेंगे। आपकी तालियों की गुनगुनाहट भोली तक जानी चाहिए। इस प्रोग्राम के स्पेशल गेस्ट माननीय कुलपति महोदय प्रोफेसर तेज प्रताप सर। अनुरोध करूंगी स्पेशल गेस्ट डॉक्टर सुजय रक्षित सर को सम्मानित करें। अब मैं सर से अनुरोध करती हूँ इस प्रोग्राम के गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर डॉक्टर ए सरंगी सर को सम्मानित करें। थैंक यू सो मच सर। Ladies and gentlemen, we feel immensely proud to introduce our chief guest of today's function. Let me take a few minutes to introduce him. Dr. Mrityunjay Mahapatra, born on August 12, 1965 in Rajagurupur, Odisha, is a distinguished meteorologist known for his expertise in cyclone forecasting and disaster management. He currently serves as the Director General of Meteorology at the India Meteorological Department. And he is also representative in World Meteorological Organization with over 30 years of experience in weather forecasting, cyclone warning, research, project management and capacity building. Dr. Mahapatra has played a vital role in advancing meteorological sciences.
His precise cyclone predictions have been instrumental in saving lives during severe cyclonic events, earning him the title of Cyclone Man of India. तो टिके पदे ओडिया रे कहबी ओडिया रे होती से महापात्र सर जने ओडिसा रे पुरपल्ली रे बहुत चर्चित से बन्या बात्या आदि दैविक आपदा स्थिति रे देवदूत हुए आमर सब संकट परिस्थिति रे समय समय रे हमको स्थिति विषय अवगत करे थांती तेणु आमर जीवन संकटापूर्ण परिस्थिति रे से आमर परम मित्र केवल ओडिसा रे नुह से भारत रे नुह समग्र विश्व रे वर्ल्ड मेट्रोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जोटा स्विट्जरलैंड रे अछि सेठी से उपसभापति भाव कार्यरत अछंती तेणु आम गर्व आनी पार्टी एक जोरदार ताली स्वागत करें।
Namaskar, good afternoon to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri University, Cuttack Professor Tej Pratap Sahab, special guest of this Foundation Day or the annual day of Icar-Cifa, Dr. Sujay Rakshi, Director, ICAR, Indian Institute of Agricultural Biotechnology, Ranchi, the special guest of this function, Dr. Arjamadat Sarangi, Director, ICAR, Indian Institute of Water Management, Bhubaneswar, Dr. Pramod Kumar Sahu, Director, ICAR, Cifa, Dr. J.K. Sundar Rai, Principal Scientist and Head of Division, Icar-Cifa, distinguished guests of the dais, dear friends and colleagues from Cifa, distinguished retired colleagues and employees of Cifa, various guests participating from various central and state institutes in this annual day program of Icar-Cifa, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, and family members of Cifa. At the outset, I extend my warm and heartiest greetings to Dr. P.K. Sahab and the entire family of Cifa on this auspicious occasion of the annual day of Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture at Cifa. It is the 38th annual day and the institute has completed 38 years. Even if it is not a long journey, but still it is a journey of 4 decades. Again, if we consider 1976 when the fish farm was established in Koshnagar, the journey is quite long and almost going to be 50 years. As it has been described by the Honorable Director, P.K. Sahab, the journey has become a very memorable one. It has become a history to be remembered by each and everyone, whether you belong to Cifa family or not. The institute has contributed significantly towards socio-economic development of the country and the world, as the country has benefited from the expertise of the institute being delivered to the 20 other countries in the world. Cifa has become a leader. Cifa has been designated as the best institute within the country among the ICAR family. It has been a center of excellence. So all these have been possible because of the continuous contribution, unrelented contribution, commitment, involvement and dedication of each one of you, those who are present here those who are not present here but belong to the Cifa family from those days, either from 1976 or from 1987. Rome is not built in a day. It is built up after the contribution of each and every person. And I am very happy that Bhubaneswar Sahib has recognized even the contractual person who is on duty. He has appreciated the contribution of each and every member of the Cifa family. A leader is called as a leader when carries forward, when he or she carries forward each and every person of the organization. A leader is a visionary who can think about the coming days, who can remember the past achievements, who can dedicate the achievements to his family in the institute and the past heroes who have contributed. So all these qualities you can find with Dr. Bhubaneswar Sahib, and I feel we are moving in this Amrit Kal towards 2047 with his leadership and as it was told by Dr. Sahib, with the integrated effort by each and every person in the Cifa family. Cifa will scale more and more new heights, and it will establish the fact that science is meant for society. Cifa is already contributing for the socio-economic development, and certainly its contribution will be manifold in the days to come. So therefore, I take this opportunity to express my deep gratitude for being invited to this August function and being associated with all the stalwarts in the field of fishery. I feel proud and privileged to be associated with each of you and to be acquainted with this science and technology related with the fishery. I am very happy to know that there has been a number of initiatives in terms of science, in terms of technology, in terms of papers published, in terms of the patents, or in terms of the capacity building, and finally in terms of the awareness campaign, reaching out, helping the farmers, handholding the farmers, and bringing about a change their socio-economic conditions. So all the credit goes to the team, Icar-Cifa. Before I speak further, as all of us know, it is the Odisha Divas or Utkal Divas. So, ମୁଁ ଆଜିର ଏହି ପବିତ୍ର ଦିବସରେ ଆପଣ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ବିଶେଷ ବିଶେଷ ଅଭିନନ୍ଦନ କରୁଛି, शुभकामना देउछि एवं अभिवादन मध्य। आमे 1936 मसीहा ठारू गोटे स्वतंत्र उत्कल प्रदेश भाव में परिचित होगा परे अनेक सुख दुख मध्य गति करी आज एपरी स्थिति पहुँची जो ओडिशा विश्व स्तर में गोटे विशेष स्थान अर्जन कर ओडिशार सामाजिक आर्थिक प्रगति हो पारी। तेणु यही अवसर में समस्त से वीरपुंगम को से बरपुत्र मान को श्रद्धांजलि जनाऊँगी, विशेष कृतज्ञता जनाऊँगी जो मानकर त्याग हेतु, जो मानकर कठिन परिश्रम हेतु ओडिशा गोटे स्वतंत्र उत्कल प्रदेश में परिणत हो पारी। या सहित जो बरपुत्र माने 1936 मसीहा ठारू ओडिशा को आज स्तर में पहुँचाइबार सक्षम कराई समस्त गभीर प्रज्ञता ज्ञापन करुँच। आशा रखुची जे आम समस्ते व्यक्तिगत स्तर में सामाजिक स्तर में कम्युनिटी लेवल रे एकत्रित हो पुणी अधिक अधिक ओडिशा को उत्तरोत्तर उन्नति पथरे प्रगति पथरे आगे नहीं पारिबा एवं गोटे उन्नत राज्य भाव में समग्र विश्व में ग्रहण कर पारिबा। Just like others were thinking why they were invited, I was also thinking why I am invited to Cifa. So what is the link between India Meteorological Department and Cifa? But when I saw that it is not Cifa, it is written as Icar-Cifa, then I got a confidence that perhaps it is because that IMD is related with ICAR. आपको पता होगा कि नहीं, Indian Council of Agricultural Research and India Meteorological Department work together for so many years. Here, those who are in the dais, they know very well. At present also, we have got a very good collaborative approach towards the agro-meteorological services for the people, the farmers. We are reaching out the farmers together through research and development, through plannings and programs, and by providing the advisory services not only for weather but also for crops. It is called as crop weather forecasting, and it goes to each and every farmer through various communication means because of this collaboration. When we started in 1945, the first agro-meteorological weather services in the Maharashtra state, it was just a beginning providing only the weather informations. Gradually, it could catch the eye of the Planning Commission, and it was addressed towards the agroclimatic zones. 128 agroclimatic zones were created, and accordingly, we decided that we should provide the agroclimatic zone-wise forecast. And that zone-wise forecast continued for 130 agroclimatic. We decided on 130, and it was possible with the collaboration of Indian Council of Agricultural Research. So while doing so, we found that it is not simply the weather and crop, but also weather and pest. Gradually the crop weather calendar came off, and pest weather calendar came off. And these static crop weather calendars, the pest weather calendars, are based on the historical data of weather and the history of the crops collected by the various institutes of the ICAR. This information went on, but as in the recent time, we saw that there is enough scope to utilize dynamically the informations on weather and the crop together. So we came up with further improvement of this mechanism, and district-wise agro-meteorological services were introduced in 2008, and in 2021 onwards, block-level agro-meteorological services are being provided. And these agro-meteorological services, we have a decision support system, just like you have decision support system for fishery. And in that decision support system, we work together along with even Icar-Cifa to develop the block-wise information about the weather and expected impact on the specific crops and the specific pests and diseases. So it has finally helped. The service showed that if a farmer utilizes this information compared to a farmer who is not utilizing this information, and if that farmer belongs to the central India, which is mainly non-irrigated area, if a farmer is a below poverty line farmer, then that farmer is gaining about 12,000 rupees per acre. So we may think that what is this 12,000 rupees? Nothing. If I am sending my child to the a good college also, 12,000 rupees is nothing to pay for a 1 month's fee. But if you look at the below poverty line farmer, he can afford to provide the dresses to the children, he can provide the school fees, he can think about repairing his home, he can think of enjoying with the festivals, or he can think of the additional food to supplement the nutrition. So therefore this contributes a lot, and total the country, if you calculate, it becomes 30,000 crore for all the BPL family farmers. So therefore there has been significant improvement with respect to the contribution of science to society with the help of ICAR and the India Meteorological Department. We have come up with the KVKs, that is Krishi Vigyan Kendras, and I am happy that there is one KVK here itself for the Khurda district, and adjoining areas. And then we come up with the DAMU, that is District Agricultural Unit. These DAMUs are located in KVKs only, and there are certain issues, just like the Pratap Sahab mentioned that, and I am sure that it will be sorted out and we will be reaching out to every family. And here the technology comes up. The technology helps in reaching out the persons at present. What we have done actually, for example, I will tell you, we are utilizing the mobile app information for all the states, in Odisha state also, and different states. And through their mobile app, the local language is going up in addition to the Meghdub mobile app, which is prepared by Indian Meteorological Department with the help of IPSAT. In addition, we have gone for creating a WhatsApp group. We have targeted that 5 villages in each village should be connected with IND, so that agro-meteorological advisory services can be provided to 5 villages. And by gossiping, by whispering, if you take the information to 5 villages, it will reach out to each and every farmer. Similarly, we have gone for communicating our information to the sarpans, the ward member, and the panchayat secretary of each panchayat through Panchayat Raj Ministry. They are all connected and local language information are being provided. The third aspect we have taken up, that is done with Ministry of Rural Development, Krishi Shakti and Poshu Shakti. They are designated ladies in panchayats and blocks. Those who are given information continuously, and these continuous information are helping to the farmers, including the livestock, the Poshu Shakti and Krishi Shakti. So by that way there is an attempt, and I am sure that gradually we will reach out each and every farmer, because there is a gain to the farmer if they utilize these information. Now, while talking to fishery, I thought, why again fishery? I say I could understand why fishery. So then I went through that, and fishery is a part of agriculture. And now, as we all of us know, that the fishery farming has increased over the period of time. So if you at any time go to the coastal areas of Odisha, even West Bengal, say East Medinipur district or South 24 Pargana district, and here starting with Balasore district down to the Ganjam, Agarpati, you will find near the coastal Odisha, it is completely lighted. If somebody comes coming from outside at night, you will feel that, what is this actually? There is some township somewhere. With complete continuous light, you can find out if you are traveling. So it is not those townships about, but these are the ponds. The fishery ponds have come up in such a way. I think I should not speak in your presence because all of you know that. You are handholding those farmers. It has become, I will tell you, a paradigm shift. There has been an economic aspect here, as it is discussed that getting at least 2 lakh rupees, our friends, retired friends were speaking about that, how from 1 acre at least 2 lakh gain is there. So people have abandoned so-called agriculture like paddy, and they have gone for fishery farming, and it is helping. So there has been therefore the contribution of society by the CIFA, by enabling the poor farmers in these poor coastal villages of Odisha especially. Because you know that in coastal villages of Odisha there is no irrigation. There is only single farming, that is paddy, and paddy depends upon the high amount of rainfall, and this rainfall comes from the monsoon. As all of us know that 60% of the population depends on agriculture, and out again you see agriculture is rain-fed only. Entire coastal Odisha, for example, mostly it is rain-fed. There is no facility for irrigation because there is a saline water. You cannot utilize saline water for irrigation. So therefore you need some kind of diversification, and this diversification towards fishery has helped really to improve the socio-economic conditions. At the same time, the ponds, creation of ponds also helping with the efforts, as our friend was speaking. So it has multiple benefits, socio-economic benefits. So when you think about that, there are certain risks. Say for example, just a few days back from my village I got a phone call that the poor fellow who went to watch the fish pond, to take care of the fish pond, he was just watching near the pond, he died because of lightning. So what is the security we are providing to those farmers, fishery farmers, so that they are not affected by the severe weather? So severe is everywhere. So this is one thing. Second thing is that the climate change, what is being spoken of, the temperature is rising globally. It is about 1.15 degrees Celsius, and you know that last year it was almost 1.53 degrees Celsius. And considering India, land mass, it is 0.67 degrees Celsius for 100 years. You may think that, okay, we are happy because our temperature is less rising compared to the globe. It is not the case, because India is a tropical country. You have a large maximum temperature, higher maximum temperature and minimum temperature compared to the polar region. The rise of temperature is more in polar region. But in the tropical region, what happens when temperature rises, our atmosphere is convective in nature. Therefore, the frequency of thunderstorms, lightning, hailstorms, squalls increases. At the same time, the water capacity, holding capacity of the atmosphere is increased. For every rise of temperature 1 degree Celsius, the relative humidity increases by 7%. So therefore, atmosphere become more humid. So because of that, the frequency and intensity of thunderstorm is increasing, and also the impact of heat wave is increasing. Heat wave frequency, duration, intensity is increasing. And because of rise of humidity, you have got a more discomfort index, and therefore more people are affected. For example, if you just look at the person dying due to heat wave in interior Odisha and coastal Odisha, more people die in coastal Odisha, not in interior Odisha. Even if temperature is high, so now itself temperature is 43 degrees Celsius in both or Jharsuguda. It has gone in the month of March. But what happens actually, temperature is less here, but when you consider the temperature and humidity, our temperature will be more than 43 degrees Celsius. So therefore, special care is required when we have got the additional concerns because of the humidity. Similarly, we in this region experience land breeze and sea breeze. Usually we get comfort because the sea breeze, it comes up from the sea in the afternoon. But sometimes land breeze is so strong and sea breeze is so weak that temperature continues. So whatever I have to say, that these are some of the concerns, that frequency, duration, intensity of extreme weather events are increasing, and intense cyclones are increasing, but not the total number of cyclones. So therefore, the population is being affected, and those who are working in fishery sector, they are more affected because they are more exposed. So usually, if you look at the ponds, if you go to villages, you find the ponds where it is not like the farming ponds what you find nearby Bhubaneswar or somewhere, where you have got the coconut trees, you have got the mango trees or other trees, some shading is there. But if you go to the open, barren land, that is agricultural land, there is no tree. It is in the open field, there is a pond. So therefore, people are exposed. Of course, tree is not good for people are exposed to heat, people are exposed to moisture. So therefore, heat impact will be more. And similarly, if there is no shading, there is no rest shed, they can be impacted by the lightning, etc. So what happens to the fishing community, actually, fish community? So all of us might be knowing, just like human beings like to stay in colder environment. Just like you see now, it doesn't affect us. What is the temperature in Bhubaneswar today? Because we are sitting in an AC room. We are in a comfortable zone. Similarly, the fish community also want to stay in colder environment. You might be knowing that fish are cold-blooded animals. So they want to stay in cold water. So if the temperature is rising, so availability of cold water is decreasing. There is a linear trend, you can say, rising temperature or exponential trend, whatever it is. So the sea surface is also rising, and there also the water is being warmed not only at the top of the sea but also down the subsurface. If you just look at, you will find that it is becoming warmer and warmer. And all of us know that water heat capacity of water is 1 maximum. So it does not cool down easily. So when you consider the pond, it is a limited water body. You might have taken bath in a pond sometimes. I am not talking about the swimming pool where water is being replaced. But if you go to pond and take a bath, utilize bath, the animals are also utilizing those water, you will find that it becomes very hot during say March, April, May or June. So if the temperature becomes warmer, it affects the physiological regulations of the fish community. Say for example, if it is warmer, the sea surface temperature will warmer. So what will happen actually? It is also consuming more carbon dioxide. It is the same. So carbon dioxide concentration is increasing in the sea surface, and temperature is also increasing. You can say that okay, the photosynthesis will increase there, and you can have more phytoplanktons, etc. for the fish community. But the acidification is increasing because of the increase in carbon dioxide. So it will have an impact on the fish community. Number one. Number two, since the fish want to stay in colder water, they are now moving away from the coast. Earlier, our fishermen, they were catching the fish near the coast, and we were providing the forecast for fishermen up to 75 kilometers. Beyond 75 kilometers, they are not going into the sea. But nowadays, since fish catch is not available near the coast because of the rise in temperature and fish are not coming here, so they have to go into deeper sea. If you go to deeper sea, then you can get, because relatively it will be colder. It is not shallow water, it is deep water, and therefore fish catch will be there. So we are identifying the potential fishing zone also. We are giving the farmers where they can catch the fish. At the same time also we are telling that there is a warning. There could be depression, there could be cyclone, there could be low pressure systems for which there will be whirling motion, and it can be the capsize of the boat. So fishermen can die, or their boat can be lost, etc. So there is a warning. And therefore we decided that we should give warning for entire North Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, not only the coast. So because of this reason, rise in temperature in the sea and the continuous fish catch, we know that it is the largest exporting sector. Fishery is the largest exporting sector. Now your marine fish, we are just going on, and because of this rising temperature, sea surface Bay of Bengal is rising, Arabian Sea is also rising, the fish catch sometimes time may come, it may decrease. And also acidification is increasing. So if you do not have some control measures, then your marine fish catch may decrease sometimes afterwards. So what is the alternative then? Alternative is the freshwater aquaculture. So therefore huge stake is there with Cifa and many other regional institutes constituted by Cifa, where we have to think about 2047 when we expect that by that time temperature will be 1.5 degrees Celsius. Already it is 1.53 last year. We are expecting next 1 decade or 2 decades will become 1.5. If it becomes so, so what will impact on the marine fish and what is the demand on the freshwater fish? So certainly it will be manifold increase. Considering the food scarcity, if you look at the dependency on fish, for example, I know many stories have come up on me regarding the cyclones. I will say one story. In 1971, when I was a small child, there was, you can say, starvation or famine, you can say, in the entire state. There was no food, there was migration, people are not finding, there was no paddy because it was the month of October, so everything was lost. So the poor people, I find that the poor people, they were going into the fish pond, to catch some fish, because at that pond was open, anyone can catch and anyone can utilize the open ponds, etc. So gradually fish catch reduced and they took the snails, Ganda Samuka Jutam concept. So they took that and they put it. And the koi nada were utilized to take the food at that time. So therefore, if you look at the climate change also, there is a threat to the food security worldwide, and in India also, it has been proved that if temperature rises to 1.5 degrees Celsius, there will be 6% decrease in paddy outputs. Similarly, there will be 8 to 10% decrease in wheat output. So wheat yield and paddy yield decreases means people have to take something. So they have to depend upon something, and poor fellow depends upon this fish and all this because it is easily available and they look like that. But over the period of time, if we cannot ensure the availability of fish, it can affect our food security. So therefore, there is a huge stake and huge responsibility to ensure that there is a continuous increase in the freshwater fish, so that we can ensure the stability in our food security, concerning the sustainable development. Now, if you look at this one thing, if you look at the individual parameters of weather, for example, temperature, let us take temperature. You might have all seen that when there is a heated condition, for example in Bhubaneswar, so what happens to the ponds here? So temperature will increase. The atmospheric temperature once increases, the pond water temperature also will increase because they are all connected with each other. So the temperature increases, so what will happen actually? The fish do not want to stay in warm water, they will go to cold water, but the pond does not have so much of water there, it will hold so much. At the same time, so there will be stress and strain, therefore you can say, on the fish community in every pond. You might have seen that many fish die during heated conditions because of that. The second point you find that the rainfall. We know that as I think Icar-Cifa was speaking, because of the climate change, total amount of rainfall is not changed for the country as a whole. It remains almost same. But there is a special variation. Temperature of Jharkhand, Bihar, East UP, northeastern states, rainfall, total rainfall in the monsoon is decreasing. And Kutch, Saurashtra, West Rajasthan, rainfall is increasing. But country as a whole rainfall remains same. Odisha is good that there is no change in the rainfall of Odisha. But if you look at the distribution of rainfall during the season, as he told correctly, the number of rainy days, the light rainfall days, the moderate rainfall days are decreasing. And heavy rainfall days are increasing. Do you know what happens to the fish community? If you have got light rainfall, it is good for fish community. It helps them to get better feeding and they can see the water. The visibility is very important for the fish community and they will have very good feeds and they can sustain and they can grow. So light rainfall is good for them. But light rainfall days are decreasing and heavy rainfall days are increasing. But when you have got heavy rainfall, you will have more runoff, you have got turbidity and you will have less visibility and therefore it becomes difficult for the fish community to find the feeding, etc. So therefore the heavy rainfall deteriorates the fish. So let us take the pressure. So if you have got the pressure, you will find that pressure is a variation. There is a diurnal variation of pressure. You know that in the morning 10 o'clock and evening 10 o'clock, night 10 o'clock, the pressure is the highest. And early morning around 2 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the afternoon, pressure is the lowest. This is a diurnal variation pressure, just like astronomical tide, you have got the atmospheric tide in the pressure, you find that. But this is climatological nature and fish adjust with that, we also adjust with that. But if you have got a low pressure system, if a low pressure system passing, and I will tell you for Odisha coast especially, there are 13 to 14 low pressure systems which are developed in the Bay of Bengal and pass through Odisha, West Bengal especially during June to September, and they move west-northwestwards. They go up to Gujarat or Rajasthan. So when these low pressure systems develop, what happens actually? The pressure is by definition, a low pressure is a system where pressure is 2 hectopascal lower than the atmospheric pressure, surrounding pressure. So that means there is a pressure is low there. So depression, there is a 3 to 4 hectopascal pressure less. In a cyclone storm, the pressure is less by about 6 hectopascal or more. And a super cyclone, that means 80 hectopascals less. So what happens actually when there is a low pressure area? So in the low pressure area, that means the pressure is lowest at the center. The pressure is lowest in the sense that the weight of the air column is lowest there. So that means air is lighter there compared to the surrounding. So as we know that air lighter means it will go off. So therefore when air is going up, the water in connection with that in the pond also goes up. So what happens then? The fish will come to the upper layer, upper surface. And once the fish comes up, it will have the higher temperature. So therefore it is become detrimental for the fish community. And as we know that during June to September, you have the breeding season in the month of June and July, and you have got these low pressure systems, maximum low pressure system develops in July, followed by August, etc. So therefore this can have the impact, and perhaps our farmers may or may not be knowing all these impacts of say, rainfall, temperature, pressure, say cloud cover. See, if you got cloud cover, what happens actually? So you are not getting sunshine. So it will have impact on the water surface. So temperature will go down. But If the continuous cloud cover is there, and followed by you have got heavy rain, etc., it will have various impacts. So, the brightness of the sunshine, the cloud cover, rainfall, temperature, pressure, the weather systems, all these things I told will have the large impact on the fish community, which we may or may not understand. But I would request that perhaps I thought that the scope here by visiting Cifa, the India Meteorological Department can work with Cifa to incorporate the impacts of weather on the fish and the fishery community. Here we have to ensure the food security through fishery, and we have to ensure the security of the fishermen, those who are going for the inland fishing. So you need a continuous observations and forecast. And I will assume we can provide you the forecast. Pond-wise, we can give you the forecast to area. Necessarily, you will find that ponds are in clusters. In those clusters, if there are 10, 20 ponds or 50 ponds, we can have one observation center there. And these observations can be taken care in your decision support system while helping those farmers. So that I request, because of the director of Cifa, to think of it. We can discuss with each other and find out what we can do to further improve the intervention of the weather advisories in the fish population and the fishermen. And it is especially because the climate is changing. As you told, the temperature will rise further. And you think about 2047 while moving towards Ambedkar and for the 100 years of our independence. Now this is the case in tropical region I told you. Now let us go to Northwest India, because when I moved to, in 2007, when I moved to Delhi, so I thought the fresh fish will not get. I was in Assam before that, but we get fresh fish because of Brahmaputra. The fresh fish will not be available. But so, no, you will get now. But gradually I saw that there are many ponds in Haryana, and from Haryana ponds you are getting rahu. Many rahu you will get rahu. Katla is very rare, and these rahus are available everywhere. In each market, if you go to Delhi, you will find the rahu, and I told that it is coming from Haryana. So therefore there are many fish ponds now coming up in Haryana or Punjab or in northern parts of the country. And perhaps you may be knowing or may not knowing, the northern parts of the country is affected by another type of weather system which is called as western disturbances in winter. And then the last variation in temperature from winter season to summer season. So Delhi temperature will be 45 degrees Celsius in summer, and it will go down to 0 degrees Celsius in winter. So while planning for the fish ponds for Haryana, Punjab or West UP or Rajasthan or Delhi somewhere, should take care of this variation of temperature where the fish will be subjected to. At the same time, what happens actually, there are the western disturbances which is about 5 to 7 each month, starting with December, January, February, and maximum frequency in the month of January. And when the western disturbances pass through, they lead to sometimes the cold wave. And this cold wave means temperature falls below the normal temperature by 5 degrees Celsius, or so it has impact on the temperature of the water at that time. Not only that, there is a weather system called the jet stream. The jet stream, which travels at a height of about say 6 to 12 kilometers, the wind speed can be 200 kilometers per hour at that time. And this jet stream leads to the development of low pressure variation. There will be all of a sudden pressure variation in the surface when jet stream is passing through. So if you do not take into consideration the passing of jet streams, one is that you have got cool wave conditions, the other one is that there is optimum temperature required for the fish community. On the other hand, you have got the low pressure. Low pressure means fish has the tendency to move to the top. At the top you have got cold wave conditions, and at the same time you have got the low pressure. So there will be combined impact of both, and hence it can have the impact. But I do not know what is the biological response exactly. Details perhaps all the scientists in Cifa might be knowing. So therefore I feel there is a need to integrate the information on weather and climate with the research community, those who are working in Cifa and other branches, and also with the people who are dependent on the fishery. It will certainly help them to improve further the game. The third point I want to say that we have to think about the sustainable development of the fisheries. I am talking about my block Chambali, that is I belong to Bhubaneswar here. So last 2 years or 3 years, these prawn farmers are agitating. I don't know whether you know it or not. They are agitating. They are going to Gherao, Tahsildar office, block office sometimes. It is because also we are affected by that. We have also the land there, we have given to the farmers, especially farmers, they are doing it. After few years of his cultivation, the land becomes abandoned. The land is not useful. They cannot have even paddy there. So we have to think about that so much fertilizers or so much chemicals are being utilized that it becomes a headache for the farmers after some time if they are finding to diversification again towards to some other regions. So to think about sustainable development, we have to ensure the farmers that there are certain measures by which we can take care of to treat the soil. So this is the role of the soil chemistry by which we can ensure that it is not. And finally, the organic farming, what we think about that may be the good solutions, but we cannot move directly. It is a transition. We have to move in such a way that it doesn't affect the economy or the societal conditions of the people. So while telling that we can work together and improve the intervention of the weather and climate conditions in planning and preparedness and preventive measures for the fish community, I want to ensure you that the weather and climate information being generated by IMD over the years have improved manifold. Gone are those days when you have seen that there is a forecast that there will be rain, but it does not rain. But nowadays, even we told that it will rain on 19th of March, it rained in 19th of March in Bhubaneswar. So like that, the location-specific forecast has improved over the years, and especially for past 10 years, if I look at, there has been 40 to 50% improvement in forecast accuracy for all types of severe weather event. और माने आपने समझते हैं मुझे महसूस कर माने अंगे निवेदन किया how the people who were dying earlier because of the cyclones, 10,000, 1 lakh, 3 lakhs. We have the worst record of 3 lakh people dying in Bangladesh in 1970. But now it is 0 death in Ghana, 0 death in further. So it is impossible because of the improvement in science and technology, because of the improvement in collaboration. Collaboration is the key to success. You cannot work single-handed because of the improvement in research and development, because of the improvement in communication. We get the feedbacks from the people, get the feedbacks from various stakeholders, and accordingly, your standard operation procedure, your methodology, scientific methodology are changed, and accordingly the forecast accuracy also improves. So, be the heat wave conditions, yes, it has improved, and if you remember 1998, 2,000 people died in Odisha. It is May and June 1998, 2,000 people died because of heat wave. But after that, you are not finding such deaths. There are deaths. Last year also there were deaths in Jharsuguda, Sambalpur area, Sundargarh area, but the deaths are very much minimized. So we can therefore think that there has been improvement and it can improve further the weather forecast accuracy. Similarly, if you go to the heavy rainfall, if you remember the heavy rainfall, prediction of low systems will become so accurate nowadays, you can plan your actions and accordingly frauds etc. can be taken care. If you compare one incident like say Kedarnath episode in 2013 when 4,500 people died, there was no such forecast by IMD. So earlier it could not be utilized for early actions. But now if you just look at in 2021 similar 53 centimeter rainfall occurred in 2021 in Kedarnath and neighboring areas in Uttarakhand, but people did not die. Only 30 people died. That should not have happened, of course. But you can just imagine the success. The 4,500 become 30 only. So it has been possible because of the early action by the disaster managers, state government, central government, institutes, following the early warning by the agencies. But here the role of R&D and academic matters a lot. If you do not educate the people, if you do not make awareness in the society, even if there is a forecast, even if there is a warning, people can die. There could be loss of lives and properties. And for this, a very good example is the lightning. Around 3,000 people are dying every year in the country because of lightning. In Odisha, it is around 300. And the lightning is very prominent in Odisha, West Bengal, Jharkhand, northeastern states, Bihar, East UP. area. Others say, but here, much death occurs here. Nowadays, much death is also occurring in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. So what is happening actually? In childhood, if you remember, if we are playing outside and there is a thunder can be heard 40 kilometers away. If it is occurring 40 kilometers away, I can hear thunder. So that you know that a thunderstorm cloud is approaching, a thunderstorm is becoming louder and louder. So by that way, the common people at that time, the villagers, they know that a thunderstorm is coming up. They were telling the children, hey, come inside, close the door, close the window, be inside, nothing will happen. And nobody was dying because of that. But nowadays what is happening actually, the pollution, the air pollution and the sound pollution, it becomes so much that you may not listen. If you are in a city, you may not listen the thunder from 40 kilometers away. You may listen thunder only when it is overhead. So therefore that method will not work. But still, if you go to the rural area, you can listen till now also, because sound pollution is not so high. But for this purpose, there is a warning. We have got the thunderstorm warning through Damini mobile app, and also every 3 hours we are providing forecast from Motion mobile app. But those are in the smartphone. The common man can get it through the common alert protocol, where any mobile phone will have the access and they can find out the information about any severe weather. It is taken up by National Disaster Authority and IMD and other agencies together, State Disaster Authority also. So once you have got the information, so what should you do then? It is very easy to save from lightning. You can just look at the sky, there is a lightning and thunderstorm cloud, everything, you should go inside. But what is happening actually nowadays, people are exposed. No people want to stay inside the house, they want to roam around. Now vehicle population has increased and all our demand also increased, social activity has increased. So we are more exposed. So therefore once you are more exposed, you become more prone for the lightning activity. The second one is that at that time there was no electricity, there was no telephone, there was no mobile tower, therefore there was no electromagnetic wave in the atmosphere. But now, because of this, every village there is a mobile tower now. So you have got artificial electromagnetic wave, and this electromagnetic wave is confronting or even interfering with the electromagnetic wave, that is the lightning. So there can be electromagnetic interference. So by that way, the amplitude can increase, intensity can increase, and that is happening. So they will find sometimes in the newspaper that somebody was talking with mobile, sitting in the scooter, and he died. Because he doesn't know that by it is an electromagnetic wave when you are speaking with the mobile phone. You should not speak like that. And that will happen that fisherman who was having the inland freshwater fishing, he died. He was standing and he was talking with the phone near the pond and he died. It's like there are many people dying like this. So one of the studies shows that the most important death is coming because of this. Second death is coming up from the farmers working in the wet field. Because paddy is such that it needs knee deep of water. Whenever or ankle deep of water, knee deep of water for transplantation. So when you are transplanting, you cannot carry mobile. Your both hands are being utilized. So you have to keep mobile somewhere else. And there is some kind of lightning and people are dying. The basic principle is that one has to come out of the wet field and he has to stand in upper land and he can sit in such a way that body becomes spherical. With the electrostatic energy, if body becomes spherical, it will be conserved, electrostatic energy will conserve and people will not die, it will pass into the earth. The other point what we found that people die because they go under the tree. So tree, it is a tall tree, there is a with very good branches, usually the electricity goes to the tree, lightning goes to the tree, but standing there also we die. So these are some of the reasons people are dying. So that can be decreased only if there is some kind of increase in awareness campaign. So I am very happy that there are a lot of awareness campaign and a lot of release of books, brochures and pamphlets, etc., which are very much related to the people. So therefore, this type of continuous activity of awareness campaign, outreach, will certainly help the poor farmers to improve their socio-economic conditions. So finally, when you go for Vision 2047, certainly we think about that, what will be the status of our economic conditions, what will be the status of our farmers, and what will be the status of technology there. So there are many vision statements with respect to science and technology. So we have to prepare the vision 2047 not only with respect to fishery, but while preparing the fishery, we have to take care of other related fields. Maybe the field of biotechnology, or maybe field of the science and technology, or maybe field of other agricultural aspects. So that's so that it will be integrated to one to take care of the expected challenges, expected gaps at that time, and therefore the strategies to be developed for this purpose. So I am sure the way in which in the past 38 years CIFA has come up, being a leading institution in the world, there is no doubt by 2047 also it will be the better one with sufficient capacity to cater to the requirement of the society and contribute significantly towards the economy of the country and the globe. So I thank Dr. P.K. Sahu, Director, and entire family of CIFA for inviting me and giving an opportunity in this occasion to be witness with all the talents and knowledge shared by all our stalwarts in the dais and of the dais. And thank you very much and wish you all the best on this auspicious occasion. Thank you. So, Bande Utkal Janani, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words with lots of scientific essence into it. Yes, we do understand there is an integral relationship between climate change and fisheries, and we are also into it. So we strongly believe that your presence will make a difference in our future research plan. So sir, आपको बहुत धन्यवाद. Now we will end here. So I will request Dr. J.K. Sundarai sir for formal vote of thanks.
Namaskar, greetings on the occasion of 38th ICR Annual Day and 89th Foundation Day of Odisha, Utkal Divas. First of all, at the outset, we are sorry because we are just running 20 minutes behind the schedule, so just be with me for another 2 minutes. Distinguished delegates on and off the dais, members of CIFA family, press and media, ladies and gentlemen, and other affectionate members joined online. Once the great Roman statesman and philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, a thankful heart is not only the great virtues, but the parents of all other virtues. With this philosophy, I am here to do the responsibility of delivering a vote of thanks to everybody on the great occasion of 30th ICR Foundation Day. Indeed, it is a proud moment of this institute to have Dr. Mrutyunjay Mahapatra, DG IMD, as a chief guest in this August function, and everybody in this gathering got a chance to hear his vast knowledge on starting from lightning to the fish farming. And everybody present here to extend hearty gratitude. Thank you for your pain you have taken to come here with you, our request, sir. In these words, Sir William Arthur, feeling gratitude and expressing it is like a wrapping a present and giving it. So we will not miss the opportunity to express our gratitude. Actually, in fact, he was there up to yesterday 11:45 at his IMD's office. After that also morning he flew from Delhi to come here. So once again we are thankful to you for it. Our special guest today, Professor Tejprata, Vice Chancellor of Sri Sri University, Dr. Sujarex, Director IAB Ranchi, are the two stars in the galaxy who have contributed immensely to science, society and knowledge. With the staff of Icar-Cifa, truly proud of your presence here today and I have the opportunity to listen to you. I, on behalf of everybody, extend hearty gratitude and thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and addressing the August gathering. We will be ever indebted for it. Today's guest of honor, Dr. Sadevi, the eminent soil scientist, sir, your presence here today on this occasion undoubtedly reflects your love and respect to offer this institute. Thank you for being with us and addressing the gathering. It is a fact that we are celebrating annual day every year, but this day, under the leadership, able leadership of Dr. P.K. Sahu, our present director, is special for everybody. Your sincere guidance and leadership bring all success not only in today's function, but every success of CIFA in the national and international arena. I express hearty thanks to you on behalf of the whole CIFA family, sir. We are again highly thankful to all invited guests of our sister institutions, regional research centers, universities, department officials and other eminent personalities, including our IMC RSC member for accepting our invitation being with us. I pay sincere gratitude to you all. Thanks are due to the staff of Icar-Cifa family for the successful organizing and celebrating this 30th annual day today with all the support and dedication. You all are the real heroes for the success of CIFA today. I bow down before you all. Thank you very much. We are highly thankful to our former directors of Icar-Cifa, our DDG Dr. Jekajana sir, former DDG ICR Dr. Ayapan sir for conveying their greetings on the occasion of this 30th ICR Foundation Day. I also extend gratitude to all media personnel, all committees who put all efforts into making this program memorable, and each and everybody present in this August gathering for being joined with Cifa in its great journey for the nation building. Cifa is highly thankful to you all. I am not good in Hindi, but I have tried to conclude in a sum of Hindi small poet. हर कदम पर साथ रहे जो, हर कदम पर साथ रहे जो, उनका शुक्रिया हम अदा करें. आज के इस खास दिन पर सबके लिए हम दुआ करें. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your comprehensive vote of thanks. I request all of you to stand for national anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you one and all. An important announcement. This mega celebration of annual day, it is not ending today. It will be done on 2nd April for Harvest Mela, and also Icar-Cifa is going to have an open science day which is conceptualized exclusively for school students. So you all are requested to kindly grace. And now from Icar-Cifa Parivar, I invite you, all of you, for a delicious lunch. Thank you all.